Welcome back to another edition of Reality Check, your weekly deep dive into all things reality television. This week, we're taking a deep dive into The Voice and The X Factor. It's like twin divers, side by side. My co-diver, Melinda Doolittle, American Idol Season 6 standout, who's got an album on iTunes. You may not have noticed with Beyonce taking over the entire universe, but you should also buy Melinda's album for Christmas. On The Voice and The X Factor, I think we ended up with the right three on both shows.
We got the perfect top three on both shows. And this is me saying that I wanted Carlito to be in the top three on X Factor. Like, what just happened when he did that boyfriend and like the if I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. Listen, you know how I like body rolls.
Suavemente.
Suavemente. Suavemente. Love Carlito, as Mario would say.
From Chicago, Illinois.
Carlito Rivero.
With the right top three on both shows, like, what are we going to talk about? I don't have any like indignation or, well, actually, okay, let's go. I can conjure up some.
I was like, really?
I can conjure up some indignation along the way. Starting with The Voice, though, I think we knew Cole was not going to make it the minute they started performance night with a group performance and his mic malfunctioned through the entire thing. And that's like Mark Burnett screaming into the director's ear, like, Blake must not win another season.
I didn't think from James' performance, I didn't think that he would make it through either.
No.
He just it was like he almost phoned it in a little bit, which was so odd to me because I'm like, this is your last chance. You have one song. And to me, for James and Cole, like they had this last chance and it was like they didn't come out fighting.
With or without you, and you give yourself away. It's supposed to be intensity. And James was just sort of like, yeah, and you give, and you give. It wasn't a terrible vocal, but it just wasn't spectacular. It wasn't special. It wasn't connected.
With or without you.
I felt like with Cole, before we went to shoot the show, I actually had to look up again what he sang. I'd already forgotten it.
Can you actually remind me of what he sang?
He sang Shameless.
Shameless. Country.
Yeah.
He did country.
He did.
Go Blake.
I'm shameless as a man can be.
Will, Jackie, and Tessanne, they came out singing like they needed to make the finale. And they were going to be damned if anyone proved otherwise. And, America actually went with that.
Will Ciampa, the team out and moves on.
And oddly, Will was probably my favorite this week. Help me make sense of this, because vocally, in terms of hitting his notes and in terms of his voice sort of breaking up in spots, it might have been one of his rougher weeks on the show, but I loved it. There was just so much like feeling and passion, and there was a silver suit, and there was energy, and it was anthemic.
I'm just gonna go back to silver suit because I think that's where he got you. He looked good. Will looked good.
He
smiled. We've been asking him to smile all season. Like he did all of that. So for that, I thank him. However, this was probably my least favorite Will vocal for pitch purposes and even tone purposes. Like he had some doozies in there.
We are miles away. We are coming, we'll take you back home.
He had some doozies. I can't even argue with you.
Yet he beat Jackie Lee.
I know, it doesn't make any sense, Maybe I'm just watching too many singing competitions this week. There's a lot of TV to watch,
There's so much TV to watch. And this is the thing for me this week, is that I'm a stickler on pitch this week because the sing-off is now on. And talk about people having amazing, consistent pitch. Like now, I'm like, no, I'm not being too picky to ask you to sing on pitch the entire song. I'm not, because people can do that.
I have to say that Christina is one crafty lady. When she started Jackie Lee's package this week in the studio, showing her the difference between singing it live and on iTunes, I was like, you crafty woman.
I really wanted to show Jackie the difference between a recording session versus a live performance.
She's basically inserting in everyone's brain iTunes. Like, don't you want to go to iTunes and check out how Jackie's performance is different? Wouldn't you like to go to iTunes, knowing that's going to propel her right into the top 10? I was like, well played.
And it's hard at the end of the day.
Yeah.
My favorite was actually Tessanne. I have to give it to her.
Wait, we're not going to talk about Jackie anymore?
Tessanne. Tessanne was like some freak of nature powerhouse who, after the 3 months of singing that they've been doing,
Right.
did not miss a note. I mean, she just blasted that song, and it was so gorgeous.
Like a bridge over troubled water.
That last note that she held,
It went
for
from
like
here
20 minutes.
to here.
I release your mind.
My hands are probably not on the screen, and my hand is over there. It's touching the wall on this. Like, how long? How does that happen?
It was in her sweet spot, though. Like, it wasn't too high, it wasn't too low. It was like right in the middle of her voice. And so she was just able to like power through. And you can kind of like, this is getting too technical, but you can like save your breath by doing straight tone first, and then you add the vibrato at the end. And that's what she did. And she just carried it through. I was so impressed by her. She's like a masterful technician.
Linda, no, that was not too technical. And frankly, I'm going to utilize that the next time I'm at karaoke singing Sexy Back.
We need video.
Oh, God,
Speaking
no.
of video, you know you only have like one more week to the finale to sing a song from my record. I believe that you said you would do that. So
I thought you would
we
have
have not
forgotten that by
forgotten.
now.
Oh no.
I'm going to do an abrupt subject change because we didn't get to discuss how sublime Jackie Lee was on Angel. And I'm going to pause for a moment, America. Those of you in the comment section who want to talk about Jackie Lee screaming and screeching and don't you dare say that she did that on Angel. Don't you dare.
Fly away.
I think I just put a little girlfriend on it, Melinda. I got a little heated there. I don't think Xtina understands what the song is about. She's like,
It is a song of innocence and love and wanting to share that.
no, I think it might be about someone ODing in a hotel room. But,
She probably thinks it's about those puppies, the Humane Society. But what I loved about Jackie Lee's version is that she gave it some tone. You know what I'm saying? Like, she did it softly in certain areas, and she showed that restraint.
You're in the arms of the angel.
But then, like, she just powered through some of those lines that I didn't realize really needed that. Like, it took the song to a different level for me.
she was a close second to Will for me. I know I feel ridiculous even saying that.
And you put Tessanne in third place?
It's like in horse racing when they come to the wire and the race caller doesn't know who won, and then they have to take a picture as they cross the wire.
I know who won. I know who won.
Well, we did not need a photo finish camera this week on the X Factor. How's that for a transition? Because Alex and Sierra were like Secretariat coming down the stretch. They're like 33 lengths ahead or 31 lengths ahead of, gotta be accurate, 31 lengths ahead of whoever. You don't know who ran second to Secretariat, do you?
Keeping me down.
Alex and Sierra, for me, easily won the night. I mean, easily. And in my being picky stage, they did have a couple of pitch issues. I see your face, and I say to that I am correct.
Torn apart, there's nothing we can do.
Sometimes their harmonies don't completely land. They don't completely land, and that for me is just a tad bit jarring when they have such beautiful tones and all of that, and then they hit this harmony that's a bit wonky. and it was a little disconcerting for me, but they still clearly won the night.
I don't wanna fall another moment into your gravity.
But they're just operating right now on a different plane. Like, they've just settled into this winning groove. They're number one on iTunes every week. They've actually made people get excited about X Factor. They're creative. They're invested in every word that they sing, and it's just working right now for them. It was also a happy week on X Factor because it finally ended the Restless Road reign of terror against Harmonies.
Which means tonight we say goodbye to Restless Road.
You know, I wasn't sure it was going to happen,
You have to vote to get Restless Road into the finals.
especially because the judges were like, your harmonies are so great now. You guys have gotten so tight.
This is mainstream. This is incredible. This was awesome.
The jeans were tight. The harmonies were not. They're all on their feet. Even Kelly Rowland clearly getting a Christmas bonus for being nice to Simon's group.
I was not expecting Zach and Andrew's vocals to be incredibly strong the way they were.
For me, it's been like a slap in the face to country music. And I know that sounds really harsh. Okay, sorry, that was harsh. But it's like saying that all of these male country singers can't really sing or something. To say that is great country music, to say that this is what people have been waiting on from country music, it's like saying that Rascal Flatts never happened and that Luke Bryan can't sing on pitch.
We now have your 3 finalists.
Justice was done. Like, I felt like Carlito easily outsang them.
I was your man, I never knew you.
I felt like Jeff Goot. Hello.
Next week, I was going to have us tackle the subject of whether or not we want X Factor back for a 4th season or not. Do we need a week to sort of think about that?
No, I'm good. I think we're good on X Factor. I feel like they've done what they needed to do. We now have Alex and Sierra, and good job, X Factor. You've done your duty.
I'm Haley Steinfeld, and you're watching ENTV. Hi, my name is Kiernan Shipka, and you're watching ENTV.
Aubrey Plaza, ENTV. I just touched it with my mouth, sorry.